कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
આપણે બધા સાથે ગાશું કૃષ્ણ હરે કૃષ્ણ 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 હરે 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 રામ હરે રામ 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 હરે હરે।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे
तेरे रंग में रंग जाओ, तेरे मन में रम जाओ, बस तेरा ही गुण गाओ, बस तेरे ही संग जाओ, रंग जाओ, तेरे मन में रंग जाओ, बस तेरा
बस तेरे संग जाऊं।
मुझे शरण तेरी मिल जाए प्रभु, नित चरण कमल में तेरे रहूं, जय श्याम मेरे गोपाल मेरे।
हरे कृष्ण हरे, तेरे रंग में रंग जाऊं, तेरे मन में बन जाऊं, बस तेरा ही गुण गाऊं, बस तेरे संग जाऊं।
महिमा तेरी जो हर दिन का है, मन उसका हरदम निर्मल रहे, कपट छल मन से मिटे, प्रेम की अविरल गंगा बहे। महिमा तेरी जो हर दिन का है, मन उसका हरदम निर्मल रहे, ईर्ष्या कपट छल मन से मिटे, प्रेम की अविरल गंगा बहे। ऐसी है तेरी कृपा मुरारी, सब तेरी माया पंके बिहारी, जय वासुदेवा।
कृष्ण हरे, जय वासुदेवा। कृष्ण हरे, तेरे रंग में रंग जाऊं, तेरे मन में रम जाऊं, बस तेरा ही गुण गाऊं, बस तेरे संग जाऊं।
तू ही सबका भाग्य रचे, कर्मों का फल भी तू ही तो दे, दिन का रचना तेरी, तुझसे ही सारे नियम बने, तू ही सबका भाग्य रचे, कर्मों का फल भी तू ही तो दे, दिन का रचना तेरी, तुझसे ही सारे नियम बने, श्रद्धा से जो तुझको गाए, पूरी इच्छा सब हो जाए, जय वासुदेवा।
कृष्ण हरे, जय वासुदेवा। कृष्ण हरे, तेरे रंग में
राधे राधे कृष्ण भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण राधे राधे कृष्ण
भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण
सारे दुखों को मिटा दे भक्ति की ज्योत जला दे प्यारा नाम ही कान्हा खुशियों के फूल खिला दे राधे राधे कृष्ण
भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण
राधे राधे कृष्ण
भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण
सारे दुखों को मिटा दे भक्ति की ज्योत जला दे प्यारा नाम ही कान्हा खुशियों के फूल खिला दे राधे राधे कृष्ण
भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण राधे राधे कृष्ण भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण
जपता ये नाम जो ये शाम सवेरे घर में सदा हो उसके खुशी के डेरे तो ले तू राधे 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 रे राधे कृष्ण राधे रे जपता ये नाम जो ये शाम सवेरे घर में सदा हो उसके खुशियों के डेरे तो जप ले तू राधे 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 ले जय कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण राधे रे राधे राधे कृष्ण
भज मन कृष्ण
सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण ओ राधे राधे कृष्ण
भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण
नैया जो सबकी प्रभु पार लगाए भटके हुए को तू ही राह दिखाए तो जप ले तू राधे 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 जय कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण राधे रे राधे राधे भज मन कृष्ण
सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन कृष्ण
ओ राधे राधे
कृष्ण भज मन कृष्ण सुख भरे जीवन का है जतन
हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम
से बोलो हरि का नाम। श्री राम जय जय राम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम, मन से भज ले प्रभु का नाम।
चलते फिरते सुबह हो श्याम, प्यार से बोलो गुरु का नाम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
सबसे प्यारा गुरु का नाम, गुरु चरण में चारों धाम।
आते जाते करो प्रणाम, गुरु जी हमारे हे भगवान।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
धन का नहीं करो अभिमान, कभी न चाहो मान सम्मान।
अर्पण कर दो अपने प्राण, पार लगा देंगे घनश्याम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
मिलकर गाओ हरि गुण गान, गुरु चरण में चारों धाम।
खूब लुटाओ गुरु का ज्ञान, हे रखवाले राधे श्याम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि हरि ओम।
जय जय कृष्ण। થોડોક સાઉન્ડ આપો સર. जय जय कृष्ण गोपाला, जय जय कान्हा नंदलाला, जय जय मनमोहना, जय जय जगप्रतिपाला। भज मन श्याम श्याम, भज मन घन श्याम, प्यारा नाम कृष्ण का, भज मन शुभ हो श्याम। जय जय कृष्ण गोपाला।
जय जय कृष्ण गोपाला, जय जय कान्हानंदलाला, जय जय मनमोहना, जय जय जगप्रतिपाला। भज मन श्याम श्याम, भज मन घन श्याम, प्यारा नाम कृष्ण का, भज मन शुभ श्याम।
जय जय कृष्ण गोपाला। हर हरि तुम हो, पालन हर जग के। नारायण हो तुम हो, हितकारी हो सबके। तारन हर हरि तुम हो, पालन हर जग के। नारायण हो तुम हो, हितकारी हो सब। मोहन मुरारी है कुंज बिहारी, मोहन मुरारी है कुंज बिहारी। लीलाधर हो तुम, पंख तुम यशोदा के लाल, तुम ब्रिज के ग्वाल। तुम हो राधा रमन, तुम ही जगत कृपा।
जय कृष्ण गोपाला, जय जय कानानंद लाला, जय जय मनमोहना, जय जय जगपति पाला। मन श्याम श्याम भज मन घन श्याम, प्यारा नाम कृष्ण का भज मन श्याम।
मधुसूदन मतवारे, ग्वाल सखा हो तुम। दिव्य मनोहर प्यारे, मात पिता हो तुम। मधुसूदन मतवारे, ग्वाल सखा हो तुम। दिव्य मनोहर प्यारे, माता पिता हो तुम। गोपियों संग में रस रचाए, गोपियों संग में रस रचाए। स्वयं भी नाचे सबको नचाए, रस रचैया कान्हा कृष्ण कन्हैया कान्हा। नाग कालिया के फन पे नचैया कान्हा। जय जय
कृष्ण गोपाला, जय जय कानानंद लाला, जय जय मनमोहना, जय जय जगपति पाला। भज मन श्याम श्याम, भज मन घन श्याम, प्यारा नाम कृष्ण का भज मन सुख श्याम।
एक राधिका से की प्रेम बढ़ा जग में। पास प्यारा ही हो प्रेम भरे मन में। प्रीत राधिका से की प्रेम भरा जग में। वास तुम्हारा ही हो प्रेम भरे मन में। प्रेम से बढ़कर कुछ भी नहीं, प्रेम से बढ़ के कुछ भी नहीं है। तुमने गीता सार कही है, जाने ये सारा संसार तुम सब तारनहार। कण कण के हो तुम स्वामी, समझाते प्रेम कसार। जय जय कृष्ण गोपाला, जय जय आनंद लाला, जय जय मनमोहना, जय जय पाला। भज मन श्याम कृष्ण भज मन सुबह शाम जय जय कृष्ण नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादलाददायुनि हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः शिलातङ्खानखालाये इतो न सिंहो परतो न सिंहो यतो यतो यामि ततो न सिंहो बहिः सिंहो हृदये न सिंहो नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलावरे नखाम् अद्भुत सिंहा दालिता हिरण्यकशिपूतनुभृङ्गाम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नृसिंहदे जय नृसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरंगा हरि बोल I would like to invite now Rasikananda Prabhu, who is the Vice Temple President of ISKCON Perth, to say a few words about the journey of the soul.
Hare Krishna, Krishna. So we have all gathered here to honor the memory of Prabhu Bhimji, a very remarkable personality and a loving father of my dear friend Shailen. So although it's a sad day, I'm very grateful for giving me an opportunity to speak something about him and relate it with the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So whenever our near and dear one passes away, it is a very sad and very sorrowful event. But the fact of life is that one day, sooner or later, everyone has to meet death. Nobody wants it, but it just happens. There are 4 problems of life: Janma, Mrityu, Vyadhi, Bhagavad Gita. Birth, death, old age, and disease. It's very interesting that born of death. It is a certain time of his that a person leaves the body and goes on to accept another body. But the process of death begins right from the day the person is born. And what follows is disease, old age, and then eventually death. So we are all, in one sense, dying every moment. It is said scientifically also that every 6 months, every 6 years, sorry, all the cells in our body are completely rejuvenated, completely gone, and new cells have come. That means the body that we had when we were very, very young, and then the body we have today is completely different. So there's a very nice verse, and it's nicely explained by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Dehinosmin yadha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuhyati. He says, as the embodied soul passes from boyhood to youth, from youth to old age, similarly, at the time of death, the soul accepts another body. So the process of death is happening throughout, but at one point, the soul leaves that body because it is no longer fit, and it accepts another body. So this is a very harsh reality of life, which everyone has to go through. And what is death? Actually, the person, Krishna says, is a spirit soul. He never dies. He or she never dies because they are eternally a spirit soul. So what happens is, at the time of death, the soul gives up the old and worn out body and goes on to accept another body. Krishna says, Jatasya hi dhruvor mrityur, dhruvam janma mritasya cha, tasmat parihare artha, nattam sochitam arhasi. He says, for those who have taken birth, death is sure. And for those who are dying, birth is confirmed. That means the cycle of birth and death is just a part of life. So a natural question that comes is, how do we escape this cycle of birth and death? How? There must be some way out. And Krishna has very nicely explained this in Bhagavad Gita. He says, at the time of death, whatever state one remembers, that state he attains in his next life. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajeti ante kalaivaram tam tam eveti konteya sada tad bhava bhavita. Whatever we have done in this life is what is going to influence our thoughts at the time when we leave this body. And whatever that consciousness is going to determine our next birth. So basically, the birth and death is based on our karma. Whatever activities, deeds, desires that we have had, based on that we get another body. However, Krishna says that Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayat madbhavam yati nasti atra samshaya. Antakale, at the time when the person is leaving his body, if he remembers me, smaran muktva kalevaram, if he leaves his body remembering me, then he attains to my eternal abode. So the goal of every human being is Ante Narayan Smriti. We should live our life in such a way that at the end of our life, when the time has come to leave this body, our consciousness is fully absorbed in Lord Narayan. We are thinking of God. All thoughts, our deeds were dedicated to Him. Many times people say, well, when they hear this verse, that Antakale, then why worry about right now? Antakale has not come for me. Let me enjoy life, and at the end, when it's time to leave, I will remember God and go back to Him. But it's not so easy, because whatever we have done in our life is what is going to come at that time. Many doctors and the children, when their dear ones are passing, they will ask, is there any desire? And they will have all desire except the desire to finish the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. They may say, I have had so many unfinished work, I have not done this, I have not done that. The goal, the way, process to escape death is to be Krishna conscious, to be absorbed in the thoughts of the Supreme Lord. And I was very, very happy to know, I have not met Prabhuji's father personally, but that his father was a very devoted man. He was very, very devoted to divinity. He was devoted to bhakti. He was a very staunch bhakta of Jalaram Bapa. And he said that before leaving his body, like a week before, he knew that the time has come for me. So from that we can see that he was ordinary. Because to know that a time has come is not ordinary. It is very extraordinary. And he was able to know. So it's a very, very glorious. There is no doubt that someone like him will have attained a very glorious destination. Not only for his own bhakti, but also his son, who is so devoted to Krishna consciousness. He's completely dedicated his life. Both Mataji and Prabhuji, they are doing so much. So there is no doubt that he એમને સદગતિ જ મળી હશે 100%. There is no doubt. So lesson for us, basically, whenever we hear somebody passes away, somebody leaves their body, it's a very saddening event, but become conscious that that time is coming for us as well. It's not far away. And the thing is, we don't know when. It could be next moment, it could be tomorrow, it could be after a week, a month, after a year, we don't know. And if you've really understood that that time is coming, then we have to be fully prepared. And that preparation is to absorb ourselves in Krishna consciousness. And as with devotees, be bhakti, because that is what is really the aim and purpose of human form of life. There is no other purpose to become Krishna consciousness and to be correct, to go back to our original position as the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna in the spiritual world. But the illusion of Maya is so strong that there's a very wonderful episode in Mahabharata. Some of you may have heard. Once the Pandavas, they were in exile and they were traveling through the forest and they got very thirsty. So Yudhishthira asked the Pandavas to go and bring some water. So the Pandavas went and they saw there was a lake nearby. And as soon as the first person to go there was Sahadev. When Sahadev went to drink some water from the lake, there was an invisible voice saying, "Please answer my questions before you drink this water." And Sahadev did not pay heed to it. He drank water and immediately he died on the spot. So like this, all the Pandavas, they went there and they did not listen to the voice, because the voice was saying, "Please answer my questions before you drink this water." And they said no, and they drank the water and they died on the spot. So it was Yudhishthira Maharaj's turn, and Yudhishthira Maharaj heard this same invisible voice, but Yudhishthira Maharaj, a very intelligent person, he said, "Okay, please ask me questions." So this was the Yaksha, who was actually Yamaraj in the form of Yaksha, and asking very wonderful questions to Yudhishthira Maharaj. And one of the questions that Yaksha asked Yudhishthira Maharaj is that, "Please tell me, what is the most wonderful thing in this world?" And Yudhishthira Maharaj said, "The most wonderful thing in this world is that every seeing people dying around every moment, but somehow they feel they are never going to die. This is the most wonderful thing in this world." And it's quite true. When we hear about someone passing away, we feel their time had come, so they've gone. But for us, we still have a lot of time. Even though we may realize the way life is like it's going to take us another 100 years before we board. So this is Maya. This illusion is so strong. Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durattaya. Krishna himself says, this energy of mine is extremely difficult to overcome. Padyante Maya Metanti. Only those who worship me, those who surrender unto me, are able to easily cross over this. So the lesson that we should learn from events is that time is coming. Let us prepare. Let us prepare. And let our next life because this life is a preparation for the next life. It is said, life is a preparation, death is an examination. Usually when you give an exam, you know the time of the exam, but you don't know the questions. Is it not? But this exam is such that you know the questions ahead of time, but you don't know the time when the exam is going to come. And the question is only one. Did you remember God at the time of leaving your body? That's all. Only one question. But when that test will come, nobody knows. So, on this day, I want to express condolences, Prabhuji, to you and your family. It's a difficult time, but it is something that everybody has to go through. Everybody has to go through. So I would like to end here by requesting every one of us to let us 3 times, just 3 times, chant full Hare Krishna Maha Mantra loudly. The onward journey of Prabhulal Bhimji. Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Now, request Shyam. Shyam will give his sharings about his life with Dada.
Hello, I'm Shyam. So, just a couple of words about my granddad, Dada. So, my granddad, or Dada as I used to refer him to, lived in Kenya, which I had left when I was 8 years old. So, I'm 28 right now, so that was a while ago. So, my memories of him going back were fairly blurry, but what I do remember during my time there was a strong, charismatic character with a strong presence. You would always know when he's in the room because of his strong presence. He was extremely strict and disciplined with his days. The routine he would follow every single day was the same without fail. And that in itself is a testament to who he was, a person who was successful in his life through hard work and discipline. He created a very successful business in Kisii as well, which eventually expanded to the rest of Kenya. With his siblings, through his self-discipline and his strict routine that he would follow. It's the thing that I admire about him the most, his self-discipline and dedication. And I would like to think I have some of those attributes myself, based off him. When I first moved to Australia in 2005, we didn't have services like WhatsApp, and I didn't even have a phone. So my contact with him was fairly limited. But I would always think, and I would always ask my parents how he was doing. He came to Australia in 2016 for my oldest sister, Dhruti, where he spent 3 months with us. That was an incredible time as I was in university back then, spare time, and we spent a lot of time together. My chats with him allowed me to improve my Gujarati, as we would converse in Gujarati all the time, and I was grateful for this. It was during this time where I was able to see the discipline and routine he would follow on a daily basis. He also told me the importance of hard work and living life to the fullest with no regrets. He would tell me that everything I should do with conviction. I listened closely to the wisdom he imparted on me, as I knew that I didn't have those experiences at that time compared to what he did. He talked about the importance of physical health, going for walks, getting fresh air, sunshine, all of which I do to this day, and the importance of which has recently been scientifically proven. This was not known back then, but in his long experiences, he knew the importance of this through his wisdom. He would talk to me about the love he has for his children, my father, Faye, and Kaka, and his grandchildren, my sisters and cousins. He would constantly reiterate those words, where I felt a sense of family and belonging. Following that trip, he went back to Kenya, and without fail, we would call every week or every night. We clearly formed a nice bond following this 3-month stay. Recently, his health deteriorated at the start of 2024, and we didn't know what the future was going to hold. So I decided to make the trip over to Kenya and to spend some time with him. I was glad I did, as it had been 8 years since I last saw him in 2016, and that would be eventually the last time where we spent some time together. We again spent quality time, but unfortunately his health declining meant that he couldn't do the things he used to do, mostly in bed. It was hard to see. But he assured me, my dad, and Faye, who was also there at the time, that he was happy. He had no regrets in life, and he was extremely happy to see us grow into the people that we are today. That is a credit to him and how he raised his kids to raise us. That happiness was further increased by our presence there, and you could tell that by the big smile that he had every morning when we saw him for breakfast. He actually even revealed to me that he owned a rickshaw business after we left Kenya. He would have been 70 at the time. Again, a testament to his strength, hard work, and dedication. To do that at his age was no easy feat. Those are the kinds of things that inspire me to embody his characteristics. Following my return, I tried calling him. However, his hearing wasn't great, and so it was very difficult to hold a conversation for us. But I knew he cherished our time together when I was with him, and so did I. I will never forget the time we had together most recently, and also the 3 months in 2016, and growing up with him when I was in Kenya as well, along with the weekly conversations we would have as well. Rest in peace, Dada. Thank you.
Charlie, any chance? Okay. So these are memories that we had with Dad. Papa was about 80 years and 5 months when he had 3 children, myself, my younger brother, and my younger sister. My younger brother is in Nairobi, and the youngest sister is in UK. And he had also a 4th child, and that 4th child was his most dearmost servant, Sammy. You will see his photo here. It will come. Almost my age, I used to call him Toto, and he served Dad for 40 years, 40 continuous years together, and he would make ondwo, dhokro, dhebra, everything, gathia, you name it, and the way he would make it, the taste was just totally mouth-licking, absolutely mouth-licking. My dad was Simba. Anyone from Kenya knows what a Simba is. A lion. My dad was a lion. He was very strong, as in very, very routinal. At the age of 83. Can you imagine the day he passed away? He at 9 o'clock, at 7, he was ready to go out, and he went to the doctor. He passed away, and believe me, he didn't have. He was totally free. You may see some with some walking aid, but still he was very, very disciplinary in his routine. What I saw was It's, TK from, you know, so passed away almost 2 weeks back, and he went to his funeral. For the last 1.5, never been to the funeral, but he went to the funeral. It was very shocking to us as well. My dad was very independent. My mother, he's always lived alone and always wished to live alone. He was a high achiever. He was always smiling and laughing. Whenever we call him, the first thing we hear is nothing but a smile, nothing but a laugh. And also, he used to practice laughing club at home, alone, all alone. And whenever we talk to him, he makes us practice the laughing club as well. He was such a joyful. He was very fond of his children and grandchildren, and also the grandchildren, who is my daughter's daughter, and they would have a fond conversation with her. Dad was very, very active in community service. He was a trustee in Kisii. That was the place he was born. Those who are from Kenya might be knowing Kisii. He was born in Kisii, and he was a trustee in the Hindu Union, and he helped in many, many projects in Kenya. And one of the major one was building the crematorium in Kisii, and also he was very, very helpful in building the Derasar in Nakuru. My dad was very, very religious, as Prabhu just mentioned. For him, what was his daily routine? When he was active, he would go to all the temples in Nakuru. All the temples. Derasar, Swaminarayan temple, he would go to the Jalaram temple, and he would do that without fail. And once, when his health was deteriorated, he would just tell the driver to take him by car, and he would just sit in the car and do darshan. And when his health became failure, then he would go to Derasar. And when Hare Krishna Center was open every Sunday, as you know, the Hare Krishnas have feast every Sunday. Every Sunday, he would go and have prasad over there. It was literally 2 weeks back before he passed away to the temple and had prasad there. Shyam, you didn't mention that. Shyam just used of his cook. He would make amazing ringananusha. All, and he was really good at that. As Prabhu mentioned, the week he passed away, he said, "This is my last week." And Saturday, he had his lunch and he said, "This is my last meal." And to the most amazing thing that happened was that he said that Radha and Jalaram have picked me up. Are en route to India. That did all the people, went to Kenya, and I thought that when I will see him, I will be in total tears and I'll be crying. But to my surprise, I was not at all in tears and I was not crying at all. In fact, I was happy. Why was I happy? Because his body was very, very radiant. He was so radiant that I was thinking that he will just wake up now. That means he was not sad at all. He was ready. He was ready to go, and he was very, very peaceful. Coming to the end of the program, I would really like to thank the Jalaram Temple, and I would like to thank everyone who's helped in arranging the chairs and also to disperse the chairs, and everyone for overwhelming messages, calls, and home visits. I would also like to thank Sej Charlie, and Mayur for the music setup. I would like to thank my dear friend Rasikananda Prabhu for giving such a beautiful, nice talk. And I would also like to thank Amubai, who processed our visa on a Sunday. Normally Kenya visa takes 3 days, working days. But Amubai, with his help, processed the visa on the same day, and the next day we were on the flight to Kenya. Thank you very much, everyone. Now the family members will all stand here, and we request everyone can pay their respects.